today. We're continuing with our little winter scene, which are going to be some holiday cards. Let me just raise this up a little so you can get a better view. I have a little example here of an older card I did, similar kind of idea. This one, I don't know, it doesn't have a date, but this has to be probably 8 years old or so. This is just like a fun one from a sketch from my imagination. So we're kind of doing a similar color scheme today. A little gradation in the sky. And I'm just doing the same color on both for now. And I plan on altering these colors as we move along. So I figured I'd turn the camera on and just do a quick little stream to continue our project here. I'm just printing the sky color down to the horizon, or where there's this mountain range that's in the middle ground there. Mid-ground. This is our gray base value. And I did carve some more snowflakes and some areas on the trees where I want it to look like there's some snow accumulating. So I need to pull up my channel here so I can see the comments real quick. Make sure the volume's off. And I'm going to run this through the press. And we have a nice gradation in the sky building up. And you can see I added more snowflakes, and these little horizontal lines are the areas on the trees that will accumulate a little snow. It's hard to see now, but once the middle ground is in and the tree value is in, it'll pop out a little bit more. You'll see it more. So this is kind of what we're doing today. Just nice gradation in the sky. And I'm using a new microphone today, so hopefully you guys can hear me. So if I'm having any issues with the audio, just let me know, because I am using a new microphone today. I have a Rode little microphone set up here. So if you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up or leave a comment just saying, yeah, it sounds good. Or also, I'm gonna walk away. So can you still hear me if I'm walking away from the camera? So if you can still hear me now, say, give me a thumbs up or let me know that you can still hear me. Thank you. Brienne DT. So again, we're just making a winter holiday card. It's a snow scene, like a little evening scene on a lake with some trees and some reflection in the water. It's just something simple that I'm making a YouTube video out of, and I plan on giving these prints away to friends and family and to maybe some strangers on the street. I was going to document that with a video, just kind of give prints away with my QR code to people as like a marketing advertisement thing. But who knows? So this was the first impression. It was just a light gray value. You can see all the snowflakes. I added more snowflakes, and I carved some areas for the tree where the snow accumulates on the tree limbs a little bit. And I could be just doing this with my Baron by hand if I wanted to, but I have a printing press right here, and it's just so much faster. and I'm trying to print these quick. Good afternoon, Pam. Happy Saturday. You can see just a slight variation from this one to this one so far. You can see all the texture I'm getting in there with all the little dots. I used my Dremel tool to create a lot of the texture with the dots. And I made some more snow shapes in there. This is an example of an old one I did maybe 8 years ago or so. It's one of the first. I was using just a wooden spoon on the back to get the impression for this one. That's why you could tell this is a heavily textured paper. It's like a watercolor paper. And you could see the texture of the paper coming through. And I just found this in an old print box. I only have 1 or 2 of these left. But yeah, this is an old design. This is where it all started. I started doing stuff like this, sending it to my friends and family. So that was maybe the second or third Christmas card I made. Whoops, I just hit the camera. Sorry about that. Just turn this a little so I don't do that again. And yeah, I had to get a new microphone because my last microphone, I was in the Gunks hiking middle of the week. I went back up there to give the gallery more prints because they keep selling my prints. And the prints that they're selling are the prints that we made on the live stream. The moon version. I'll pull this one out here. Just let me find it here. The print that was most successful is this print here. This thing keeps selling. This is just a artist proof, and so it's not part of the edition, but this thing sold out. I think I sold 10 of them, so this one's gone. I'm gonna have to make more of these, and I'm gonna print them slightly different to make them a little bit different than this edition, but I'll change the colors a little bit, and I'll probably print them on a different paper as well, just to change it up a little bit. So I was delivering more of these to the gallery, and then I went hiking in an area that I was kind of exploring. There's this one section on top of the cliff that I had to jump over, like a hole, and it's essentially like a crevasse or a large cave that goes down. And as I jumped over the hole, I had my microphone box, which is like one of these little portable boxes with the microphone elements in there, and it was in just the side pocket of my backpack. And that when I jumped over the gap, this thing flew out, hit the ground, went down this hole, and it went bing, bing, bing off the wall a few times, and then like 2 seconds, and then bam, it just broke. So that hole had to be about 60 to 80 feet deep because I was on top of the cliff, and that thing's gone. I hiked back down there to see if I could like access the bottom of the cave just so I wasn't littering like batteries into the nature, but that cave, if I got down into it, it would have been really kind of dangerous, and I didn't see how I would get down safely or get out, and I couldn't see the bottom, so I figured it's just gone forever. Unless I rappel down there with a rope set up and a partner and to locate it, but it's pretty much garbage now. So I had to order a new one. This one's a little bit better, I think. So I don't know if the sound quality sounds different with these videos. Maybe Pam, if you could tell me if the sound is good, or if it's similar to what you're used to, or if it sounds different. Maybe my voice sounds totally different. I don't know. But I do like this one a little bit more, I think, than the other one. Good, good, good. After this, we'll be doing a little impression in the water at the bottom here. Do an impression, and I think it's going to be more of a green color, like an alpine kind of green, like a green lake kind of. And then there'll be a shadow mass in the water in the middle ground, and then we'll do like a gradation on the trees. So 1, 2, 3, like maybe 4 more impressions on this one. And this thing's going to be done. I'm not going to spend too much time on this one. This is just for fun. I'm just making a YouTube video documenting it. And then on my way up to New Paltz or the Gunks the other day, I was listening to a podcast, and they mentioned Edward Hopper. It was a podcast about Edward Hopper, and you know, he's an American painter. His famous paintings of houses and diners and really interesting artwork. But he grew up in Nyack, New York, which is just over the Tappan Zee Bridge, the bridge that crosses the Hudson about 20 miles north of where I live, 15 miles north of where I live, and it crosses over into Nyack, which is a nice little town on the Hudson. And that's where his house is, and it's a museum, the house that he grew up in. And so I pulled over, I was on the bridge listening to this podcast going over the Tappan Zee. And it's not called the Tappan Zee anymore. It's called the Mario Cuomo Bridge, whatever. Or whatever the name of it is. I could still call it the Tappan Zee. Anyways, I'm driving over the bridge listening to this podcast, and they're like, oh yeah, Edward Hopper's house is a museum. You can see where he grew up. It's a really cool experience. And so I put it into my phone, and I was only 4 minutes away. So I pulled off, and it's a really nice town with some really cool houses on it's on a hill. I've been through the town before on my bicycle, but I never really drove through. I'm gonna set this down again. It was a little off, I think. But I never really drove through like the Main Street area. And I was locating his house. It's a really nice house. It's a really nice neighborhood. And so I did a little sketch, a plein air sketch on the outside of his house, just with like a pencil and some markers. But I thought that would be a really cool project or a nice little YouTube video where we go and explore Edward Hopper's house. And then I could do a little painting outside of his house or something like that. So the sketch was just kind of a introduction to the structure of his home and try to figure out a good composition to do. I don't have the sketchbook on me, I don't think. It was really cold actually, and I wasn't prepared that day for sitting outside, for sitting still for an hour. So I did as much as I could before my hands were frozen. And then, hold on, I can locate the sketchbook. Here it is. So I did as much as I could. I got a bunch of information, at least done on in my sketchbook. And then, you know, I'm gonna finish this. I took some photos. I'm gonna finish this little sketch. But it's a 2-story home with a really lovely porch, with like 2 windows and the doorway. And there's a staircase here leading up to the home, and there's a side staircase that goes around the back of the house. And there's this really lovely, I don't know what style of home this is, but just a really nice house. It looks like a house that he would paint. And the view from the porch looks straight down, I think it was 4th Street, and it goes right out. You could see the Hudson River. And it was a really nice house. Some nice trees with some fall colors behind it. So I got to this point and I was like, well, it's enough information. I could take this home and I could finish the marker rendering on my own time. You can see I'm just doing some like architectural like hatching and value structure. But I'm really trying to get the quality of the trim work and the windows and the tile work that's here. I'm not sure exactly what you call all these elements of architecture, but and there's this really nice row of like shrubs. I don't know what they are. They're like kind of like vines that really kind of close in the porch. And there's some nice landscaping here behind this brick wall, or it's actually like a shale stone wall that runs along the sidewalk. And just really nice spot to grow up, and nice view of the Hudson. So yeah, I figured that would be a cool project maybe in the future. So you might see more of that. I like the idea of going out and bringing a little history to my channel, a little art history, and try to incorporate it into my artwork. I think that's a good idea. It's a little bit more educational for people on my channel, rather than just seeing me do this over and over again, which is fun, the process video, but it's nice to see something else too. So I'm going to keep experimenting with different video ideas in the future for my YouTube channel. And I don't know if they, so the museum wasn't open till later that afternoon, so I didn't stick around and actually go inside. So I actually went up to the gunks, dropped off my prints, and then did some hiking. And I did a little plein air painting. I started one in the gunks, but it's not very good. And it definitely needs another session or two maybe. So I at least got some basic tones down. I don't even know if the composition is good. I wanted to get outside and try some oil painting. I haven't done oil painting outside in a long time. And it's hard to do. Especially I had a limited amount of time and the weather was cold. I wasn't prepared with warm enough clothing. So I got to get back into the groove. Yeah, I love Hopper's work too. He was a huge influence on me when I started painting. There was a woman, I missed some of my last live stream. I missed the last 4 or 5 comments by people. I think because I scrolled down on my iPad, and then it never showed me the last 4 or 5. So if anyone is out there that I missed anything, a woman was on here. I forget her name. Was it Adriana or something like that? So if you're out there listening, I did see your last comment, and I know Pam, you maybe made a couple comments, so I'm gonna go back and look at those again. But she was asking if I'd be interested in giving lessons, like personal lessons online, or doing like individual workshops, and I am definitely interested in doing that. I'm gonna be setting up something on my website where you can book time with me to focus on your printmaking or your artwork, and we can talk about your goals, and we can you know, have a 15-minute phone conversation about what your goals are as a printmaker, or what you're learning, or what you're struggling with, and then we could do an hour session where you can book an hour of my time, and we could do a, you know, a video Zoom call. So I am going to be setting that up on my website in the next couple days. I think I'm just going to throw it up on there. And so if anyone's interested in that, you know, I'll announce it. I'll send out an email. I'll make a post about it. And that'll be an option for people. I need to start somewhere when it comes to teaching lessons. Or doing workshops. I need to start somewhere. So these live streams have been great, and making the YouTube videos have been great. It's preparing me for teaching people. And also I get a lot of great feedback in my comments on my YouTube videos. I get a lot of the same questions, a lot of the same concerns from people that they're struggling with certain parts of printmaking. transferring designs or locating materials and things like that. So I already have a pretty good understanding of where people are and where people need help, but we can definitely focus on individual projects or where people are at in their practice. Anita, it was Anita. So if Anita is watching this now, or if you see the replay, just find me on my website. My website's myname.com, StephenWinecki.com, and you can email me directly through my email or through my website, and we can set something up. So that's the current news right now. So you guys are all pretty much up to date with what's going on in my art world. I've been getting some more, I think it's just because of the holiday season coming up, but I've been getting more prints are selling at my website. And I've been realizing that I'm out of a lot of my own prints, my own designs. I really need to reprint a lot of things. I think I have 3 or 4 designs that I need to reprint, print more of. So I have a lot of like things I need to do to fulfill or to restock my own website. But I also have a print I need to finish for Jed. I have a couple prints I need to print for Jed, which he's been waiting for over a year for me to restock a couple prints. Probably a couple years now. Really been slacking when it comes to working with him. But I've been just so focused on my own work recently, the last few years. So it's hard to do everything. Just need more time. Alright, so that's half of the stack of paper. So my idea was to change the colors a little bit as I'm going through here. So why don't we do that a little bit? We'll just change the color a little bit. What's going on? Just a slight change of tone in here. I don't know, we can make it more blue or make it more purple color, or I could add in some, maybe just add, I have a little Prussian blue here. I wonder if I make the gradation at the top just a little bit darker and more blue. Just a small change. I don't really want to remix all of these colors at the moment. Maybe we could do this and it'll change it up a little bit. We always have to make sure, clean up these margin areas. More blue. This one has a rooster down the street. He's crowing. You can hear him crowing. Let's see what that little bit of blue just makes it a little bit darker in the sky. Yeah, so I can keep adding some blue to these as they go along. And then, like I said, the water area is going to be a little bit more green, kind of like alpine lake green, like a blue-green color. I just... Oh, that's good. Thought I made a mistake, but I didn't. So I need to start editing the next YouTube video, which is a continuation of that print I just showed you, where I'm making the night scene. This print where I'm making this version, and then I'm making that green summer hazy version. That'll be the next YouTube video. It'll probably be shorter. It'll be quicker pace, where I'm just showing the printing of that really quick. And I need to print a fourth version of the moon again and change the color scheme. So I'm going to be doing that as soon as this one's finished, or maybe in between. We'll be starting that next week. My goal is to get that next YouTube video up by like Monday, because I didn't post a full-length video this week, I don't think. I'm trying to do at least one video, like long format, a week. Because the channel's growing nicely. And consistency for YouTube is really important. Got a little blue speck. It's the edge of this linoleum there. So I have to clean that up. So it's just that little edge there. I'm bringing some of this blue down a little. So it's very repetitive what we're doing here. But thanks for joining me today, whoever's on here, or whoever's watching the replays of these. And yeah, that's about what's going on right now. I'm just working on this project. I'm going to be printing more of those other prints. Keep on editing and getting out at least one YouTube video a week. 2 would be better. It's just a matter of sitting. I'm getting faster at editing, so I just need to get everything more working faster. And I'm missing painting. I was painting there for a while for getting the paintings ready for my exhibition. Oh, that's the other thing. I took some video of my exhibition. I'll probably be posting that on my YouTube as well in the next couple days. Just a walkthrough of the gallery. The show's coming down in a little over a week, and I think it's been enough time where I can show people the exhibition space and the prints and the paintings. So I'll do a short little, like one or 2 minute video, just walking through the gallery and like zooming in on each artwork. And a lot of things have sold, which is very exciting. I sold a couple of the larger paintings last week. So that's great because I don't really want them back. I don't really want to store. I have too much stuff in my house, like too many boxes of prints and too many paintings, and so it's good that people are buying these things. But whatever comes back that's unsold is going right on my website. Yeah, they were impressed with the turnout of the show at the Gunks, the people that work there. So they said I could do another exhibition in 2027. They said give it 2 years, make some new work, come back in 2027 and do it again. So that offer, I guess, is on the table now, which is pretty cool. I'd love to do that again. I think next time I'd go about it differently. It'd be more prints, I think, just a bunch of different prints, because that seemed to sell well there. everything will be on my website that's not sold from the exhibition. Everything will be on my website just December 1st. But I am going to put on, see, I didn't use enough ink on this one. This one's very thin, but I like that. I want a couple that are a little bit different, so this is a very thin application of ink on this one, but that's okay. I want a little bit of variety in these. Let me see here. Let's see. This print's gonna go on my website this weekend, maybe today or tomorrow. And I'm only gonna have this on my website. I'm not offering this at the gallery. I never hung this in the gallery. So I will be announcing this as on my website. And it's a small edition of only 12. This was the first color scheme I printed. So this will be on my website in the next couple days. And then I'm going to print a second edition of this one. But I'm going to alter the colors slightly just to change it up a little bit. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. And it's going to be on a different paper, but I'm going to make a larger edition of this, maybe about 30 prints, because this has been the most popular print so far. So I'm really going to make a bunch of these, I think 30. And once that's finished, that will be on my website as well. And then I'll put the summer version of that on my website as soon as the show is down. But I've been getting up to the gunks a few times, maybe 4 times since the exhibition opened, 5 times, to climb and to just hike around and to explore new areas. And man, I'm finding so many cool areas that I want to make prints out of or paintings out of, like different angles and different viewpoints. So it's really become like a part of my subject matter, I think, the gunks. It's just, there's so much there to explore, from just simple rock structures and trees and rocks and just little zoomed in areas. There's just so much beautiful vegetation and trees and rocks up there. So I really want to continue building work of that area, kind of making it my subject, my theme for a while. I wish I was closer. It's about an hour-and-a-half drive for me. But I wish I could get up there at all times of the year. I like being up there when it's raining and when it's snowing, and really seeing and experiencing all the different times of the year and different seasons up there. Normally I just go up there to rock climb, so I'm always up there when it's nice weather. So it's in the spring, summer, and fall, mostly the spring and fall, when it's sunny, warm. I rarely go up there when it's raining or if it's misty or different times of the day, you know. So I'm really going to try to get up there to just have it, you know, just be in the landscape at different times of the year, just for artistic documentation. So that's, guys, getting a little bit more blue. You can see I'm bringing the blue down a little bit more, and it's still coming down this way. But let's make it a little bit more of a faster gradation, so it's not so subtle. So I'm just going to clean this up. ink all over my finger. I love blue. I'm with Pam. It's my favorite color. Blue, and then I think green is my second favorite color. So I've always done these Christmas cards with a blue grayish tone, similar to the Hasui reproductions that I've done in the past, which I had out the other day. I don't know where they went to. Put them away. Here's a reproduction of Hasui. He does this blue, green. This is more like a summery kind of feel, not so much winter. But I look at these prints for reference. Let's see if I can locate the Hasuis. Yeah, here we go. Here's another Christmas card or winter design that I've done. A couple of them. Here we are. This is my own design. This one's warm. I have a warm sky. It's a little cross-country skier. Same thing though, nice gray, like base tone. The warm sky, really letting the paper show through. This is just like a test sheet. It's not a real good impression. This is kind of something I'm going towards with the blue sky and the green water. This is something that I'm going for with this one. This one's just more gray and blue. It's more of evening with the glowing lights coming through the windows. Love that one. This is another one I did. It's more purple color, just like a 4-color reductive block with a bicycle. Actually, this isn't reductive. This is Mokuhanga. It's I cut 4 different blocks for this one. The snow bike. Those are all on my website if anyone's interested. Pam owns a copy of the this one. She likes this one. So as I was going along last time for that first impression, I'm getting lighter and lighter with these base tones. So you can see this is close to this, maybe not so green. Maybe it's going to be closer to this one. That one's a little more blue, so it's kind of in between these two. So that's it for today, just some simple, relaxing printing for a Saturday afternoon. It rained early this morning. It was kind of gray and wet outside. The sun's starting to peek through. And I gotta get outside and do something today, so I'm gonna be going to the park. Go mess around outside with my son. Kick the ball around, a soccer ball or something. Go get dirty. Go get muddy. Because I need some fresh air today. So I'll do a couple more. And I'll see you in the next one. The next impression for this print will be the water area, which I'm going to make more like this green. I like that green. Get a nice gradation on these prints. I love seeing how these prints slowly build up, one impression at a time. It's such a lovely process. We're getting some nice atmosphere, some nice blustery snowfall in these. This one has definitely more snow in it. And you can start to see the lighter colors in the tree forming. So that's it for today. This has got I probably have about 20 more sheets to go. But I'm going to let you go for now. Thanks for joining me on Saturday afternoon. I don't often do these on Saturday afternoon. But when I have time available and it's quiet in the house, I'd like to turn on the camera and share this process with you guys. So thanks for being here and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I might see you back tomorrow where we'll be printing the water. So it'll probably be tomorrow. So hopefully we'll see you then. I don't know what time, but we'll see how it goes. So enjoy your Saturday. Have a great weekend. Thanks as always. See you next time.